What if we told you there's a side of Europe where castles look like they inspired Disney, snow-capped peaks turn into winter playgrounds, and the trains pass through the alpine landscapes? And no, you don't have to overspend your euros. Welcome to the heart of Europe, what many call Eastern Europe, but is actually an underrated world and the Indian filmmaker's dream location. Movies like Jab Harry Met Sejal, Rockstar, Dawn 2, Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, Yuvraj and Matran were shot here. In this guide, we'll show you what Eastern Europe feels like, who it's perfect for, and how to plan it smartly as an Indian traveler. We are covering Austria, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Croatia, and parts of Germany. Watch till the end, because we'll also share practical routing tips that can save you precious euros. What to expect in Eastern Europe? Mornings smell like fresh bread and strong coffee. Evenings glow golden under Gothic spires. You'll walk on cobbled lanes, see cathedral bells, play sports on snowy peaks, watch trams gliding past pastel buildings, and stand before fairytale castles. Whom is it for? Families who want rich culture without overwhelming crowds. Couples planning a romantic European escape. History lovers and architecture enthusiasts. Snow lovers who enjoy winter sports and alpine adventures, and wellness seekers drawn to spa culture and scenic calm. Vegetarian food is far easier here than you think. We've covered exactly what to order later in the video. Now, let's talk about Eastern Europe, country by country. First, Austria. If Eastern Europe had a soundtrack, it would start in Austria. What will you see and feel here? Imperial palaces in Vienna, storybook lakes in Hallstatt, Mozart's legacy in Salzburg. Especially during winter, Salzburg looks like a dreamland with snow-covered rooftops and colorful lights. Swarovski Crystal Museum in Innsbruck and snow-covered alpine backdrops. Austria is huge, and it's impossible to visit all the places in one holiday. So the travel experts at Voya have curated a list of the places every Indian voyager should explore. Places you'll remember for life. 1. Schönbrunn Palace. 2. Hohensalzburg Fortress. 3. Hallstatt Skywalk. 4. Belvedere Palace Gardens. 5. St. Stephen's Cathedral. 6. Ringstrasse. And 7. Opera House. Most travelers regret missing these spots. Wachau Valley Vineyard landscapes. Salzburg Old Town at sunrise, lakeside villages like Commuting, Sankt Wolfgang and Traunkirchen. Experiences you'll love. Driving on the iconic Sound of Music route with scenic stops at Mondsee Town, Mirabell Gardens and Leopoldskron Palace. Cable car ride to Nordkette in Innsbruck, lake cruise in Hallstatt, train journeys through mountain scenery, cruising past castles on Lake Traunsee, and scenic road trips and funicular rides. Voya Insider Tip. Bratislava, the capital of Slovakia, is just about an hour from Vienna. One scenic drive and 2 countries ticked effortlessly. You must visit Bratislava Castle, Old Town, St. Martin's Cathedral, and spend time shopping for souvenirs. Second, Slovenia. You probably haven't heard much about Slovenia, but voyagers who visit once rarely stop talking about it. What will you see and feel here? 1. Lake Bled's Island Church and Cliffside Castle. 2. Ljubljana's colorful riverside Old Town. 3. Train ride through the Postojna cave tunnels. And 4. Quiet alpine villages around Bled. Voya Insider Tip. If you're covering multiple countries or short on time, Lake Bled makes a fantastic day trip from Salzburg. In about 3 to 3.5 hours, you can cross into Slovenia, explore one of Europe's prettiest lakes, and return to the same hotel by evening. One more country on your trip without changing hotels. If this is helping you plan smarter, hit like and subscribe, because Eastern Europe deserves a strategy. Now, let's talk about a country that most Indians overlook completely, Czech Republic. Every season here feels different in the best way. Romantic autumns, blooming springs, lively summers and snowy winters that make the whole place look magical. What will you see and feel here? 1. Gothic spires rising over Prague's skyline, especially when winter fog rolls in. 2. The iconic Charles Bridge over the Vltava River. 3. Cobbled streets of Prague's Old Town. 4. Český Krumlov's Fairytale townscape. And 5. Hidden lanes of Malá Strana. Places you'll remember for life: Prague Castle, Astronomical Clock, Old Town Square, St. Vitus Cathedral, and Wenceslas Square. Voya Insider Tip: between Budapest and Prague, the train is the star of the show. Get a window seat or you'll miss the best part of the holiday. Next, we have a place where the famous Bollywood movie "Ae Dil Hai Mushkil" was shot. Welcome to Hungary. A very few European cities transform after sunset the way Budapest does. What will you see and feel here? 1. Grand boulevards and historic cafes. 2. Quirky ruin bars in the Jewish quarter. 3. Visegrad Citadel, views over the Danube Bend. And 4. Zentendra's artistic streets. Places you'll remember for life: Buda Castle District, Fisherman's Bastion, Matthias Church, Hungarian Parliament Building, Heroes Square, Visegrad Citadel, Andrassy Avenue, and Basilica of Esztergom. Experiences you'll love: 1. Danube night cruise. 2. Soaking in historic thermal baths, especially in winter. 3. Chain bridge at sunset. And 4. Shopping in Váci Utka. Did you know a Danube cruise at night costs less than a single cocktail in Paris? For more such travel tips, follow our Instagram and Facebook page. 5th, Croatia. If this place looks familiar, it's probably because half of Hollywood and the famous series Game of Thrones were filmed here. What will you see and feel here? 1. Turquoise waters around Croatia's island coast. 2. Sunlit seaside promenades. And 3. Historic streets of Zagreb. Croatia's coastline stretches for miles, but these are the places every Indian traveler should experience. Places you'll remember for life: Dubrovnik Old Town, Plitvice Lakes National Park, Split's Diocletian's Palace, Pelješac Bridge, and Croatia's stunning islands like Hvar, Lokrum, and Korčula. The next country is where Europe's most famous fairy tale castles are: Germany. These parts of Germany surprise many Indians. What will you see and feel here? 1. Historic landmarks in Berlin. 2. Munich's Marienplatz and beer halls. 3. Hamburg's iconic harbour along the Elbe. And 4. Dresden's elegant Baroque architecture. Places you'll remember for life: Neuschwanstein Castle, the fairy tale castle that inspired Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle and the iconic Disney logo. Next, Hohenzollern Castle, Museum Island, Saxon Switzerland National Park, Rothenburg ob der Tauber's medieval old town and timbered houses, and snowy Bavarian villages. Experiences you'll love: exploring traditional Christmas markets, driving along the famous Romantic Road and through the Bavarian Alps, and a scenic day trip to explore Potsdam's royal palaces and gardens. Dishes you'll love in Eastern Europe: crispy Wiener Schnitzel, warm apple strudel, creamy Käsespätzle, and rich, chocolatey indulgence of Sachertorte. Souvenirs you'll want to bring back: 1. Hand-painted ceramics from Prague. 2. Mozart chocolates from Salzburg. 3. Hungarian paprika from Budapest. 4. Lavender and local crafts from Hvar. What travel experts have to say. When you go matters more than you think. What is the best time to visit? April to June for pleasant spring weather. July to September for exploring lakes, mountains, and outdoor attractions. October to November is the shoulder season with fewer tourists and a relaxed travel experience. December to January for a magical winter atmosphere with festive lights and famous Christmas markets. February to March is extremely cold with fewer crowds but beautiful snowy scenery. Voya Insider Tip: May to June and September are often considered the sweet spot, with fewer crowds, great weather for Indians, and beautiful scenery. How many days do you need? 7 to 8 days for the highlights, 12 to 13 days for a more immersive experience, and tick 4 or more countries. Smart ways to save money. With your Schengen visa in hand, why not explore 4 to 5 countries in one holiday? Short distances, more experiences, and all without extra visa hassle. Voya Insider Tip: well-planned itineraries like the ones Voya's travel experts curate can save you even a hotel night and an extra train ride. How to commute comfortably. Traveling in Europe isn't just about getting from one place to another. So how you travel becomes an experience in itself. Board high-speed trains between cities. Drive through the mountains and countryside for postcard views. And honestly, some of the best moments come from walking through beautiful old towns. What should you pack? Europe's weather can change quickly, especially if you're moving between cities and the mountains. So, pack accordingly. 1. Comfortable walking shoes. You'll walk a lot in old towns and city centers. 2. A light jacket or sweater. And 3. An umbrella. Voya insider tip. Leave a little space in your suitcase. You'll almost certainly bring back chocolates, souvenirs, or a few shopping finds. So, here's your takeaway. Eastern Europe gives you cinematic beauty, great value for money, short train distances or easy country hopping, fewer crowds, fairy tale towns, and deep cultural history. If Europe's on your travel list this year, don't overlook this hidden gem of a region. If you want this planned properly, chat with your Voya holiday manager or visit the Create Your Itinerary section on the Voya website to create your holiday in just a few clicks. If you found our content informative, do like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to stay tuned.
Limited period holiday deals await, but not for too long. Book fast with Voya.com.